I'm in the cleaning mood and decided that I wanted to break down the lightweight carbine and give it a good scrubbing. I didn't clean the barrel, just cleaned the action and the bolt carrier group because I wanted to do a review on the JP Enterprises LMOS bolt carrier group that I purchased for this rifle. But I also decided to clean the Project Grendel and the Project SPR as well, and clean their actions and their bolt carrier groups as well. Didn't clean the barrels, but wanted to kind of get the action cleaned up. The other thing is I'm going on vacation, and I always like to have a rifle loadout with me when I'm on vacation. If I'm a certain distance away from the home, or a certain amount of hours away from home, I like to definitely have a rifle loadout. And the Project Lightweight Carbine is the gun that I built specifically for that role. So as a defensive all-around carbine, and so that's the gun that's going to be coming with me on vacation with the family. So wanted to make sure that it was degooed and lubricated properly. So yeah, killing a couple birds here. But the JP Enterprises LMOS bolt carrier group. Okay, this is the bolt carrier group that I purchased specifically for the Project Lightweight Carbine. Now, I could have gone lighter. Okay, I could have gone with a lighter bolt carrier group. I could have gone with titanium or if aluminum, and you know, for those of you guys that follow the project build so far, you know that the rifle came in once it was built at 5 pounds. Almost exactly. And we could have gone lighter. Okay, I could have probably ended up building a gun that was 5.5 pounds had I done a few things differently. One of those is if I would have gone with a more exotic bolt carrier group. Okay, but here's the reason why I did not. All right, and the reason why is when you start going into exotic materials like aluminum or titanium in your bolt carrier groups, you're looking at changing the fundamental characteristics of that rifle and the way that action performs. What I mean by that is you increase bolt carrier group and action velocity. It becomes a lot more picky when it comes to different grain rounds. Okay, so if you go lightweight grains versus heavy for caliber grains, you know, different hot loadings, those kind of things. Whether you're running the gun suppressed or unsuppressed, there's so many different things that come into play when you start playing with the bolt carrier group. And I wanted a gun that was pretty much going to serve across the board in reliability. I wanted it to be able to run good, kind of mild, off-the-shelf loads, okay? And I wanted it to run hot hand loads and to do it 100% reliably. Also, as soon as the ATF gets off their rear ends and actually gets me my tax stamp back, this gun is going to run pretty much suppressed for the rest of its life. Okay, this gun's going to be run with a suppressor pretty much for the rest of its days, and so I wanted something that would run reliably silenced as well, and so that's why I chose to go with the stainless steel LMOS from JP Enterprises. Now, to give you guys a relative weight, okay, the 6.5 Grendel, okay, the Project Grendel bolt carrier group is a mil-spec bolt carrier group, okay, full auto mil-spec bolt carrier. Now this has the actual 6.5 Grendel bolt in it right now, but when I weighed it, I just put a standard 158 Carpenter steel 223 bolt in it. Okay, so this was weighed with this bolt. To give you guys an idea of relative weights. All right, we have 11.6 ounces for the mil-spec full auto bolt carrier group. Okay, the Sharps Rifle Company Reliabolt and Balanced Bolt Carrier. All right, which is this one here, which is an awesome bolt carrier group. If you guys are interested in, you can check out my update, and I'll give you a little bit of rundown here as we go. I digress. This one weighed in at 11.18 ounces. Okay. Now, the JP Enterprises LMOS came in at 8.82 ounces. So it's 2.8 ounces lighter than the mil-spec and 2.36 ounces lighter than the Sharps Rifle Company bolt. Okay, so that's pretty impressive. And this thing is pretty much a work of art, guys. This thing, I went with the polished stainless one. They come in black, and I don't know if they come in other colors or not, but I opted for the polished stainless steel One, because it looks phenomenal, and two is because of the actual ease of cleaning. This thing cleans so easy. In fact, the Sharps Rifle Company Reliabolts, okay, has the MP3 coating on it, and I've got to say that when I clean these, they both had about 500 rounds through them, okay? However, this one hadn't been cleaned for about a year. So the carbon and the stuff in there had pretty well congealed, and it was a really tough clean this time around. It took me really long to clean this one, and I think that's just because of the sheer time that it's been since I've cleaned it. But I've got to say, guys, that the polished stainless steel on the LMOS just pretty much wipes clean like so easily. It is phenomenal. And if you look at it, guys, this thing, a highly polished stainless steel, I mean, it's just smooth to the touch. You can't feel any kind of machining ridges on it or anything. It is a work of art. They have milled out everything pretty much. I mean, look at this little chunk they took out right there. They took that chunk out there because it's not needed, and so everything has been removed. You have no forward assist serrations on this. I don't even have a forward assist on the rifle, so it's not that big a deal. But this bolt is just a stinking work of art. Let me show you guys the staking on it as well. Sorry, I'm working upside down on the camera. Staking's pretty much perfect as staking goes. So everything on this bolt carrier group is just, it's almost a work of art. Okay, let's break it down here though, so I can show you the actual enhanced bolt from JP. Get the cam pin out here. Because the bolt itself, okay, you can run pretty much any bolt you want in this. I mean, you could take the Reliabolt from Sharps and run it through this if you'd like. You don't have to run the JP bolt, okay? However, the JP bolt is pretty much awesome, okay? And here's a couple things about it. This, instead of 158 Carpenter steel, they run a 9310, the SAE 9310 steel. Okay, to give you guys an idea, the 6.5 Grendel bolt that I run in the Project Grendel is also 9310. Okay, it's a better steel. It's definitely, it's a higher grade steel, and that's what JP has gone with, is the 9310 on this. They've also supposedly changed the geometry of the lugs to make them a bit more reliable and a bit more, like, I don't know, accurate. I'm not sure exactly. Can't really tell you a whole lot about that. The extractor, though, cuts down, the way it's designed, cuts down on stress on the brass. It doesn't chew the brass up as much, and it's also very reliable in an extraction. Everything is good there. Another thing to note is that the gas rings is a single piece. Okay, there's no 3 individual gas rings, and they're also milled to be very precise to fit the inside of the bolt carrier group. So that's pretty nice, and they're going to last a bit longer too, for the fact that they're highly polished and they're one piece. And then the other thing is that a common breakage or a common failure point in a bolt is around the cam pin hole. Okay, on either side you have a thinning of material, and that's a stress point where bolts are commonly fractured. And so what they've done, okay, let me show you, is let me turn on my calipers. My batteries are almost dead in these, but you should be able to see it. Okay, we've got a 525 is the measurement around the cam pin hole on this one. Now if we take their standard mil spec, okay, we're looking at 511. Okay, so just so you guys have an idea. So what they've done, and you can probably see this, let me just get my firing pin here and I'll show you the close-up here of it. So you can see this little clef right here. See that little clef? That's added material around the cam pin hole. Okay, and that's going to add some robustness to the bolt, and it should cut down on the failure of that of the bolt around the cam pin hole. Okay, so they're using better steel, better geometry, better extractor, better gas rings, and better design around the cam pin hole. Okay, those are your benefits of the enhanced bolt from JP. All right, so there's that. So really is a phenomenal full grade bolt carrier group. Okay, now here is the kicker. Okay, here's the kicker. The kicker is that on their website, this bolt carrier group together with the bolt is $353. Okay, it's very pricey. All right, it's very expensive. Now, you guys have to make the decision whether or not you think that it's worth the money. Okay, it's pretty much quality premium steels, premium components, the milling and the polishing and everything that goes into it that increases manufacturing time, which is more expensive for the manufacturer. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it's that much money, but part of it is the fact that it's just awesome. Okay, it's just awesome, and you know, for me, I wanted to have the looks of the bolt carrier group as well as the functionality. It functions awesomely. I've had roughly about 1,300 rounds through the rifle now and through this bolt carrier group, and I have had zero malfunctions, zero issues with it, shooting a variety of different kinds of ammunition from steel cased all the way up to premium match grade loads. So it's been awesome. You guys are gonna have to decide whether or not the price is worth it for the money. Okay, you can find them roughly about $300 retail. Okay, but for the money, you can buy 3 mil-spec bolt carrier groups for the same price as you can for the LMOS. The Sharps Rifle Company bolt carrier group, okay, Balanced Bolt Carrier and Reliabolt, is $200 off of their website. Okay, and that is a phenomenal deal. I really like it. Just a quick update on the Sharps Rifle Company bolt carrier group. I've had about 2,000 rounds through it now. I think the last update I did was a year ago, and 0 problems. Okay, 2,000 rounds, 0 issues. Love this thing. Yeah, I definitely highly recommend it. But anyway, guys, if you guys are looking for a just pretty much the top quality bolt carrier group, lightweight bolt carrier group on the market right now, really the JP Enterprises LMOS is gonna be your #1 pick. So look for those if you guys are building something that's high end. I mean, again, you know, guys, when you're moving into the lightweight arena, you're gonna pay a lot of money for a little bit of weight savings. It's just how it is. When you start moving into lightweight tech, and more exotic materials and more time for machining and more production times, that's just what you're going to be looking at. That's what you should expect. So, you know, do I recommend it? If you are in debt and you're buying it with your credit card, do not buy it. Get a freaking standard mil-spec bolt carrier group. If you guys, if money is no object and you can afford it, then I recommend it. I recommend JP. I think it's going to serve you well. I think that they put out a phenomenal product. But yeah. So there you go, guys. That's a review on my LMOS from JP. Phenomenal bolt carrier group. Just amazing. Guys, have any questions about anything you see on the table here in front of you, hit me up in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video, guys, if you do like what you see. Don't forget to hit me up on Instagram, guys, at @DocTacDad. If you guys do Instagram at all, follow me. Hit me up. And anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you guys next video. See ya.